Deborah Duncan, the host of Great Day Houston here on KHOU 1011.
And I'm Ron Treviño, KHOU anchor. You usually see me on the 411, but we're all partners, Deb.
Yeah, we are all partners. All right, and the beat goes on. As we know, this parade has been taking place for 44 years now. It was canceled because of COVID like so many other things, but the beat here goes on.
I mean, it is the biggest pride parade in Texas, the third largest in the country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, in fact, they think about 800,000 people are down here today, and a lot of people have come in from around the country to be here. Yeah.
Amazing. So if you're coming out here, be sure you're hydrated, everybody. I mean, we have seen some people, some heat exhaustion out here. Paramedics have been kind of busy, so I think maybe the heat index tonight might be like 104.
Wow, but nothing keeps people away from a great parade and a great party. You had mentioned earlier that's kind of like a New Orleans vibe here, like a Mardi Gras vibe,
Mardi
right?
Gras. There might be some beads out there. I don't know.
Mardi Gras knows how to do a parade, but we know how to do a party.
Oh, absolutely. We are a city of parties. Hey, we're getting the World Cup. We've had a few Super Bowls. We know how to throw a party.
Everything over the top. I mentioned this is the 44th year. What's so cool about this is that 44 years ago, there were so many people who could have never come down here to the parade because they were afraid of being outed by family, outed by people at work, and we're in a different time, and that's what we're celebrating here, is that it's taken a long time to get here, still more work to be done, but we're in a different time.
Absolutely, and this is our first entry right here. This is the Houston Pride Band. It's been serving Houston's LGBTQ plus community since 1978, performs 4 concerts each year, as well as appearing in many community events. Look at them.
All right, can we hear them? Pick those instruments up and start playing, y'all.
I think they're waiting until they get closer to us, Deb.
Yeah. So
and then those tubas are going to be blaring in our ears, I'm sure.
Yeah. But it's so cool because it's a parade without a band, right?
Yes, and it's all part of the rich tapestry that is Houston, Texas.
Yeah, and one of the things they want to do is make those appearances so that they can serve as kind of an ombudsman for the LGBTQ plus community.
And it's just so great to see all the people come out here, all the smiling faces. Everybody's having a good time. A time to celebrate who they are.
And Ron, you were in high school band. I was in high school band. We played plenty of parades, and this was always such a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I played the French. Oh, here come the horns.
Yeah, I don't see my flutes anywhere, but there you go.
I played the French horn. Now the French horns might be coming up here pretty soon. Pride means so many things to so many people.
Yeah, absolutely. I walked to this parade. I was one of the grand marshals a few years ago. It is just so much bigger than I think it has ever been, and that's because of a lot of the things that have gone on since that time. We've seen things legislatively that have changed. It just makes more people more comfortable coming out to celebrate the unity of the city, not the division of the city, but the unity of the city.
Being so inclusive.
Yeah.
Yes, the inclusiveness of this town. And why we're so proud to be Houstonians right now.
All right, coming up next, you talked about being proud to be a Houstonian. Mayor Sylvester Turner, the mayor of the most diverse city in the country, and as we say, the most diverse city in the country.
And they're throwing out beats, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, come on, New Orleans. We've got some competition for you right now. We're the most diverse city in the country, and when we say diverse, the LGBTQ community is part of all of our communities.
Absolutely, and obviously the mayor making sure that everybody is safe for this thing, and we have extra security out here tonight, so everybody can feel safe.
That's the mayor's daughter right there and her new husband.
All in the family out here tonight.
Yeah. When people say, why did you move to Houston? Obviously, we have robust industries here, but at the end of the day, a lot of people say the people.
Diversity of our city and really paying a great deal of tribute to the LGBTQIA community. It is Houston. We are all about diversity, and tonight we celebrated hundreds of thousands of people, and it's an exciting evening. In H-Town, babe.
Okay, so how's it feel to finally be back? If there wasn't anything last year, the beat goes on.
The beat goes on, the spirit never dies, and diversity is alive and well in the city of Houston. But it's not just about diversity. It's about being an inclusive city. And so you have people from all walks of life in the city of Houston coming together, celebrating the LGBTQ community, and saying, look, we are with you. You are us, and we are you. That's what it's all about is in H-Town.
Awesome. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Mayor Turner. Okay, Kimberly Davis reporting live for you guys at Houston Pride. We are having a great time this afternoon. Thankfully, the area we're in is nice and shaded. And you know what? This is just one big party. Everybody is in a good mood. We're seeing lots of colors, lots of costumes. A lot of people took a lot of time to plan what they were going to wear today because you know what? There was no parade last year and we are coming all out, okay? Officer, what you doing out here today?
I am enjoying myself, supporting Pride Houston.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. And as you can see, the crowd is excited. Let's see if we can talk to someone over here. What you doing out here today?
I'll have some fun. Hi.
Justin,
Yeah.
do you live in Houston?
I do.
Okay, talk to me about why you decided to come out today.
Well, it's my day off. I'm enjoying the gay pride, so, I'm gay. Hi.
Yes.
Hi, Pride. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Nice to meet you, Justin. We'll send it. I hear Dad laughing. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Kimberly. It's so interesting to see that so many people out here are definitely part of the LGBTQ plus community, but there are thousands of other people who just came out to show their support, and I suspect a lot of people just came out because they said, you know what, it's a good party. I can't miss a good party,
Absolutely,
right?
and we have a bunch of elected officials here on this float. Houston proud and this Pride Parade.
Yeah, some of our elected officials out here today include State Representative Ann Johnson, joined by her wife, Sonia Cuellar, represents Houston District 134 in our Texas legislature. And she says she's a proud member of the House LGBTQ caucus.
And they are throwing out the beads. So you can go home with a nice collection of beads tonight, just like in New Orleans.
All right, up next we have Congressman Al Green.
Longtime congressman in the area.
Absolutely. I always tease him. I say, the Al Green? He goes, yes, the Al Green.
Yes, and a lot of people still have masks out here. There's been an uptick in COVID, as we all know. But,
the nice thing is that we're outdoors. Some people were wondering if 102 would kill it.
Well, Rona doesn't like it outside.
Yeah.
Rona does not like it outside. We all know that.
Oh. All right, there is Ann Johnson. I just talked about her a little earlier, who, as I mentioned, she's out here today with her wife, and she represents Houston District 134 in our Texas legislature, and she's out there with a number of her staff members as well.
Yeah, she's a proud member of the House LGBTQ plus caucus. Look at all those faces. Look at all those colors. What a celebration tonight.
Yeah, the nice thing is the sun has gone down a little bit. It is a little cooler out there now. All these folks have been out here all day for the festival portion of the celebration. Is that Jolanda Jones?
I believe so.
Yes, State Representative Jolanda Jones.
And she's passing out all sorts of things out there.
And she's not in a car. She's a former great college athlete, so I'm not surprised that she's dancing up and down the street right now.
No, she is a super athlete. And she loves a camera.
Well,
don't we all?
well, she's got some fans with her, or at least one fan with her right now. All right, up next we have Harris County Judge Alina Hidalgo and some of her staff members as well.
She has shepherded us through the pandemic and storms and all sorts of things that happen in Houston, Texas, and Harris
here
County.
in our area, absolutely for sure.
Major position there.
It is the person ahead of all those emergency operations.
A lot of flags out here, passing out flags. We've got our own flags.
I love the rainbow fan.
Yeah,
a lot of people need some of those today.
Okay.
Those were hard to find.
Don't get me wrong.
For you to be out here.
Well, the LGBT community has come so far in achieving equality and protecting their rights, and all that is under threat right now. So this is a show of force. It's a show of force here with Congresswoman Garcia and the entire community, showing we stand with the LGBT community, we stand with diversity, we stand with equality, and we're very proud, are we not? Proud.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. Judge Alina Hidalgo out here hanging out with the crowd. She's got a lot of support, as you just heard. And just to recap a little bit about what she was saying, she's just talking about equality and making sure people feel equal, loved, and accepted. And just like anyone else, is more important more than ever right now. As you can see, people are continuing to chant her name. And unlike other public officials, she is actually on foot. I see she's got some comfy shoes on. because she intends to walk this parade route and interact with the people who are out here, parade participants having a good time. Look, here we go. We got another float. Lena for Harris County. You see a lot of people on the float. Let me see if I can grab somebody. Okay, tell me why you're chanting for Lena.
She is an amazing politician. She has won for the people. We love her. She fights for us. And she has pride in us as much as we have pride in her.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. Lots of excitement down here. You can just feel the energy. Nothing but happiness, nothing but joy, good positive energy. And I'll send it right back to you guys.
All right, a lot of people are excited because who they see there is Beto, who we know is running for Texas governor. I just want to point out that all politicians were invited to participate in the parade, and so he was able to make it down here. You see him among some of his supporters.
Yes, a lot of Democrats here, and Beto with his supporters there. Going back to what Lena Hidalgo was saying, feeling that the rights of the LGBT community are at risk right now, you have to point out that during Pride Month, there are a lot of attacks on that community.
Yes.
And obviously, this is something that we kept in mind when security was increased for this parade.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that we haven't had any of those types of reports, and we still hope that there will not be. But, that's one of the things about Houston, is that we were respectful. We're diverse. We have our differences, but for the most part, we're respectful of one another, and we've seen that throughout the years. All right, Kim is with Beto right now, so let's go to her.
Their reproductive health care freedoms taken from them. I'm talking about members of the trans community. I'm talking about the LGBTQ community that is under attack in this state and now by the Supreme Court of this country. It is time for us to stand and to fight and to celebrate everyone here in the state of Texas.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Adios.
Adios. Okay, lots of support for Beto O'Rourke as well. As you know, he is running for governor. He is up on the ballot in November, so he is out here showing lots of support for the LGBTQ plus community. Again, same message that Judge Lena Hidalgo had mentioned. It's important for people to feel accepted, and he feels that their rights are under attack. I'm here to say that he supports them, and it looks like we have Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee out here. She just lost her hat. We got to get Miss Sheila Jackson Lee's hat now. Can we talk to you real fast? How you doing?
How are you? What a wonderful expression of humanity. I think pride is about freedom. And today, Houston exemplifies an international city, a mosaic city that welcomes everyone. And I think in pride, what we've gone through this past week to come and celebrate freedom, as long as we also celebrate individuality, and then we celebrate unity. And that's what I see Pride Month, Pride Day, to see this seat of humanity. It means that we're accepting of all people. Houston is a fabulous city. It has a seat at the table for everyone. I'm proud to represent it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you speaking with us. We have another public official out here supporting the LGBTQ plus community. Lots of support for the Congresswoman, and we're going to send it back to you, Ron and Deb.
All right, so we saw Beto working up a sweat there. Sheila
gosh.
Jackson Lee, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee has on a full suit. She's always going to look good, right? She is representing the 18th Congressional District of Texas. She is serving in her 14th term and is a senior member of the House Committee on the Judiciary and Homeland Security and the Budget, and the chair of the Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime, Terrorism, and Homeland Security. I think she is probably one of the longest running congressional members of the Texas delegation.
Yeah, we've only interviewed her about 1 million times between the two of us.
1,000,001.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
have Marilyn Burgess now. She's the Harris County District Clerk with her group of people there.
So June is Pride Month, but Pride Houston 365 is on a mission to promote equality and inclusion all year round. The Grand Marshals in this year's parade represent a cross-section of people who are part of our LGBTQ plus community. Travis Torrance and Julianne Losey will ride with Pride in the parade on June 25th. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
And congratulations. All right. So as I mentioned, there's a cross-section. So instead of just having one Grand Marshal, we have Grand Marshals representing various parts of the LGBTQ. Did I miss one? Wait, LGBTQ plus community.
You got it.
Right? Yeah. It keeps growing every year, right? Okay. Travis, you are Grand Marshal, one of the Grand Marshals. What's your title?
Male identifying Grand Marshal.
Okay. And let me brag on you for a minute. You're from New Orleans. You graduated from Yale Law School. Yeah. You're on the board of directors for the National LGBTQ plus Bar Foundation, AIDS Foundation Houston, and a former on-air personality in radio, which was your first thing that you loved.
So I love doing radio so much. It was the most fascinating job. And Deborah, you did radio too. So you understand just being on air, hearing your voice on the mic, being able to interview interesting people and introducing Britney Spears songs.
Without having to do your hair.
Exactly.
I mean, you didn't worry about that. But yeah, for me, I was always like, when I was in radio, the great thing was it didn't matter what I looked like. I just showed up and started talking, right? All right. Julianne, for you. there. We lost power for a couple of minutes, but as the theme of this parade is, the beat goes on. The beat is going back on.
I'm glad you stayed with us. Somebody pulled the plug or something?
Yeah,
we're
in
back.
the process of finding that guy.
We're back and we're better than ever.
Yeah.
But we were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, because we were turning around and watching the parade. You know, we had some people pass by during that power outage. One of them is Travis Torrance, the male identifying Grand Marshal. There's a piece that we ran from Great Day Houston. We got the chance to know him a couple of weeks ago. He's a lawyer, but he said he always wanted to be a talk show host or a journalist, so I did let him sit in the chair for a few minutes.
There you go, and he was getting a huge amount of applause.
Yeah. He's done a lot of work with the Montrose Center and just the community in general of raising money for health care and just for the entire cause, and so he has a lot of supporters out there.
UT Health and their float with their high water rescue truck. Let's hope we don't need this. We don't need that in this hurricane season.
Yeah. Some heat rescues, but not that today.
We've had some heat rescues out here, so be careful out there. It's extremely hot. It's dangerously hot. Hey,
all right,
my alma mater.
Yes, it is your alma mater.
Oh, I am a KHOU.
The University of Houston float, and on that float, Mr. Wynn, I believe it's Dr. Wynn, who has done so many things in the LGBTQ community. And speaking of doing so many things, the Chancellor, Renu Couture, amazing. U of H has their medical school now, their law school, their nursing school, their pharmacy school, you name it. It is a really great university right here in our own backyard.
And the statue of Shasta out there out front. Great school and getting greater every year.
Yes.
U of H, my alma mater.
They also have a very strong LGBTQ support system at the university for students.
Yeah, I was there in the year.
You don't need
in the year you don't even need to know.
It was 1945.
Oh, it was 1845, but that's not important.
You know, we're seeing so much representation out here today. Obviously, a lot of government entities, right? But also our private companies, and then, of course, our nonprofit organizations as well, all out here together. And that is the point: the unity and the inclusive. That word gets us every time. Inclusivity.
Yes, and how these companies are doing this. We had United Airlines and their group out here. Shell was out here. There are a number of other companies out here being represented.
And here's the thing, LGBTQ plus community has always been a part of every company, every community, but now it's okay to say so. People feel safer saying so. All right, let's go to Kimberly Davis, who's on the other side of the rainbow.
The beat goes on. The party is still going. How you guys feeling? Okay, what's your name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh, you're from Atlanta? Are you visiting from Atlanta?
No, I was born there, but I live here.
Okay, tell me why you're out here today.
I'm with my girlfriend. It's her first Pride.
Oh, it's her first Pride? Okay, girlfriend, what's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica, how's your first Pride going?
It's going amazing.
Tell me what's so amazing about it.
It's so fun because everybody's so accepting and loving here. Let's go!
Let's take a look at some of these floats that are passing by. An entire party out here. The beat is really going on this year. Who do we have right here? Houston VA takes pride. Okay, talk to me. Who you guys with?
The Houston VA.
Okay.
Thank you. Happy Pride.
Hello, how are you? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we're going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Kimberly. The Montrose Center has done so much in this community in terms of health care, in terms of even addressing, they have an office. In fact, the police chief put an office in the Montrose Center. You talked about earlier how so many crimes against people in the LGBTQ plus community have taken place. There's an office inside the Montrose Center so that they can be heard and that they can be taken seriously on the things that happen. But they take care of health care. They take care of the emergency shelter for groceries and things like that. So during the pandemic, they took care and helped a lot of people who were really struggling. So they do a lot of stuff, and it's just such a great program that's been around in the city for quite some time.
Oh, and MD Anderson being represented and the LGBTQ plus network. A big part of Houston is the Texas Medical Center, obviously, and all the great work, the miracles that are being performed there on a daily basis.
People come from around the world to the largest medical center in the world. And, of course, we know with MD Anderson, cutting-edge medicine in terms of addressing cancer. And as what their slogan goes, you know, one day they want cancer to be history.
Absolutely. And, boy, they've got a big group here.
Whatever it takes. That's their other slogan.
Whatever it takes.
All right, behind them, T-Mobile, which has also been very representative in our community in a number of things that you've seen them in a number of parades and events throughout the city over the years, including Pride.
And then I see some Don Julio bottles back there. I might be a little familiar with that.
Well, as we said, there is a party going on along
There's
with
a
the
party
parade
in
as
town.
well.
There's a party in town.
Because trust me, things won't end with the parade. I think that's when the party will really start.
Yeah, take an Uber home, please, or a Lyft. But just all the different colors. I mean, it's a kaleidoscope of colors out here.
Yeah.
It's so infectious, when you're out here.
Well, people are dressing happy, right? You mentioned earlier how much they've used their imagination. And some people's imagination went a lot further than I think mine could ever go. But they're using their imagination and representing their colors and their personality in any way that they can. So it makes for a fun atmosphere.
Don Julio, sadly, those aren't real bottles.
Sadly,
Deb.
Don Julio's not coming right up here to our booth.
Unless they've invented
later.
a flat bottle. I might need to investigate that for that,
That's a bottle that's been squeezed. They squeezed every drop out of it.
Yes.
All right, speaking of drinks, Coca-Cola.
Throw me a Diet Coke, please, Coca-Cola.
Have a Coke and a smile.
Absolutely
Right.
being represented well here in the Pride Parade. If you're just joining us, this thing started at 7. We had some technical issues, but we overcame them.
Because the beat goes on.
Because the beat goes on. If you're still planning to get out here, be sure you hydrate before you even get out here. But I sense that it is getting cooler.
No, it absolutely is getting a little bit cooler, and that's why we have a night parade here. We know what Houston is in June. And by the way, for a lot of the Pride parades across the country, they do take place in June because it's the anniversary of Stonewall, which I won't go into all the details about that, but happened in New York 53 years ago, I think now. And so when you study what happened there, that was kind of the birth of the modern LGBTQ plus movement, if you will.
It's been a struggle for
It
people
has been
in
a
that
struggle.
community, and it continues to be one
Yeah.
on a personal level and a community level as well. Being accepted by family members, by work community.
But over the last few years, some changes in laws, one of them being, same-sex marriage was legal. That was a big milestone. The sodomy law was overturned, and that was based on a Texas case. And you and I actually were anchoring the morning news together when that case actually started. And, we saw it come all the way through the Supreme Court and that decision made. You heard Beto mention earlier that there are some things that may be under threat. So I think that's kind of re-energized a number of movements in this country. But basically what it does is say to people, we can't be complacent. You know what? You have a power of a vote. Exercise it.
Absolutely. And
whichever way you go.
I think a big part of this parade, too, is not just celebrating, but just the ability to be yourself.
The ability to be yourself, but also to be ever vigilant because things can change. Just because we pass laws, we know that oftentimes in the legal system things can be very fluid. Just because those laws pass doesn't mean that they're going to stick forever. You have to ever be vigilant in protecting whatever it is that is dear to you.
All right, Kimberly Davis, down on the ground. Who do you got now, Kimberly?
All right, who we got next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Okay, you're next. Talk to me about why you're out here today.
Just support, my family, because this is my family, because, we're all one. Yeah, we're just supporting each other.
Talk to me about why it's more important now than ever to be standing with your family.
Because to show our big representation, to show how big our family actually is, and that we're very powerful and very strong.
Strength in number?
Exactly.
Thank you so much for speaking with us. We're going to see if we can find some people who are walking in the parade. Okay, who you guys with?
Rotary District 5890.
Okay, what you doing out here today?
So we want to make sure people know that Rotary loves all. And we're inclusive, and we want people to come serve with us.
Okay, and what's the organization all about?
Rotary is the largest service organization in the entire world. We have 63 clubs right here in the greater Houston area making a difference in our community.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. The beat goes on. Hello, how you doing? Okay, hold on. We got to show the heels. Show the heels. Do a twirl, a little twirl. Come on, twirl. Yes, come on, heels. Come on, twirl. Yes. Okay, we're going to send it back to you, Ron.
Okay, that is called youth right there. You can walk a parade in heels like that. She talked to the Rotary Club, which they were on a Great Day Houston not long ago, and it is such a big family. And what they do
the
is
Rotarians do so much work.
Yeah, they literally attack causes, and they go in there. She mentioned strength in numbers. They go in there and say, how can we uplift and improve our community? So if you're ever looking for something to do where you can join a force like that, the Rotary is a good thing to consider.
Some people wearing high heels out here today. Most wearing sneakers. I'm wearing shoes.
I am not wearing high heels. If they walk that whole parade in high heels, that's an extra award for them.
It's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
It's gotta hurt.
As I mentioned earlier, 800,000 people they think are down here just for the parade portion alone. We've had the festival all day long. People have come in from all over the country, so there's an economic boost to this parade as well.
Including the crew of Olympus came here from Galveston. How about that?
Galveston, whereas the other place where Mardi Gras is big, and so they knew how to do it.
Oh yeah, these people are well versed in the world of partying.
They weren't running out of beads either.
And beads.
We got extra beads.
Watch those beads. If you're on the sideline there, if you turn away and not watch your business, you can hit upside the head with one.
If you have Astros pitchers throwing beads, you need to duck.
Those beads can hurt.
Yeah, those beads can hurt.
So be vigilant with the beads.
All right.
The BASF float here, double decker. Double your pleasure here. Going through downtown, right outside City Hall. It kind of makes me, think of like the Astros parade, the World Series parade, and all the parades we've had.
That's right. We need another one of those.
Yes.
We create chemistry for a sustainable future. Of course, I believe they're in that industry, obviously, which will be part of that sustainable future. All right, somewhere over the rainbow. Got a little rainbow balloon on the float there.
It's the Pride Chorus.
There are a number of organizations in the arts that are made up of LGBTQ community members, and the reason why is they want you to see them presented as just regular people, your neighbors, your friends, your co-workers in the community, and so they present that in a number of ways. We heard the band that kicked off the parade earlier.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice makeup job on that.
Got a little choreographed dance there. Out of the closet thrift stores. That's awesome.
That's a catchy name. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Stand against hate, which is something that a lot of people have praised Houston for. We do have our fair share of problems, but compared to a lot of other cities, we've been able to, as I said earlier, respect each other probably a little bit more than some other places, and we hope we can keep it that way. This parade is an example of that.
And as I mean, Pride Month is when attacks on this community go on the increase. And
let's go back to Kimberly. We're up here in the booth, but
are we taking it back to the party?
We're taking it back to the party because you're on the other side of the rainbow.
Who are you with?
I'm here with AIDS Healthcare Foundation.
Okay, talk to me all about your organization.
So we are the #1 organization for healthcare for people with HIV and AIDS in the United States. And our entire mission is about giving people proper care, specialized care, ending the stigma, and getting people tested regularly, giving people free condoms, HIV care, STD checks, everything. That's AHF, baby. And stand against hate.
Okay, thank you so much for talking with us. All right. Oh, let me not get hit by a vehicle. How you doing? Who are you with?
We're having a perform pride with the Out of the Closet Thrift Store and the AIDS Healthcare Foundation.
Okay, the beat is going on. We got a lot of stuff happening down here, but I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
All right. She mentioned HIV/AIDS. You and I were both around when that first came out, and it was so scary. And unfortunately, the gay community took the brunt of that, even though HIV/AIDS, we know, is heterosexual around the world. It just happened to start in the gay community here in America. We have come a long way. Today, people can be undetectable because of the work around the world to come up with not a cure, but a maintenance program where people can live a normal expected lifetime.
Absolutely.
But they have to follow the protocols, and that's what these organizations are out here to make sure there's access to those medications.
But sadly, not soon enough for my brother. He was gay and he died of AIDS in the late 80s, early 90s.
Wow.
My brother Omar.
Yeah.
But and he moved away from the family because he didn't know that he'd be accepted by us.
And as you say, y'all loved him.
Care.
You didn't care, but
we didn't care about his sexuality. He was our brother. He was my parents' son. He moved away, and then he finally came back, and you don't care. Come on.
Yeah. I have a neighbor, same situation, where they just the parents. It was tough for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
so I'm thinking of my brother Omar tonight. I'm sure he's watching. I'm sure he's laughing at me.
He's over the parade somewhere.
He's over the rainbow.
Yeah. All right, there is Hewlett-Packard. I tap away on a Hewlett-Packard device every day on my laptop.
Yeah, I've got one of those too. We've got those at the station. Mine works quite well.
They're sure. It's a good thing it's still working because they were in high demand. A lot of things hard to find these days.
We were talking about health issues
We have our
earlier.
Houston Health Department.
We
were talking about HIV/AIDS earlier, and that Houston Health Department was on the front lines, still on the front lines in terms of educating people about all kinds of things in our community. Of course, COVID was one, but HIV/AIDS continues to be one of their campaigns, just to make sure that people understand that there's not a cure, to be safe, and as you heard a gentleman mention earlier, get tested, know where you stand. Love the unicorn.
Oh, we've got a group of moms saying these moms are proud of you.
Just what you were saying earlier, how oftentimes people feel like they're at odds with their parents. This is a show of force of moms saying they're proud of their children who are in the LGBTQ community, because just your sexuality does not change who you are.
No, family is family, and humans are human.
All right, let's go back to Kimberly to see who she has. Hi, Kim.
Well, I'm trying to grab a mom. Who's a mom? Who wants to speak? All right, you'll speak. We have a proud mom. Talk to me about why you're out here today.
I am here because I think it's important to support gay people, and also because I think it's important to disarm hate. Please don't buy any more guns. Please think about children and love them the way they are.
Thank you for speaking with us. I appreciate it. So one of the moms out here talking about why it's important to love one another, and we'll send it back to you guys on the desk.
Yeah. We keep saying over and over again, there are a lot of people out here who have direct ties to the LGBTQ plus community because they are gay or in that group of people. However, there are so many other people out here today who just want to be part of supporting something good.
How about some slingshots, Deb? You ever been in one of those?
I believe I saw you in one of those the other day, Ron, pulling up to the station in your slingshot car.
Well, I usually just hitchhike. But yes, that day I rode my slingshot. No, I had a neighbor who had one. Those are a hoot.
Yeah, I've been seeing more and more of them around the community.
And the real air conditioning is what they're getting right there. They're getting real air conditioning
free air
out
conditioning
here.
there.
It is getting slightly cooler, I think. Or maybe I'm willing that upon us, a cooler temperature.
No, it is getting. The sun's going down. It's going back behind some of those buildings. So, yeah, it has dropped the temperature a little bit.
A lot of people were out here earlier for the festival. And estimate almost like 1 million people out here. 800,000?
I can't believe so many people were out here in the height of the heat, but they just kept it moving.
No, because the last time we had one 2 years ago, it was 750,000 people out here.
Okay, we've got a hearse in the parade. Dignity, which we know is one of the funeral homes here in town. So they're like, look, we're going to join the parade as well. Maybe it means like the death of hate, the end of hate.
I like that.
There you go. I'm making a theme here.
You're riffing, and I like it.
I am freestyling.
We're just riffing up here. I like it. You're freestyling. A lot of Rockets. Well,
all right, the Houston Rockets.
Yes, I'm saying, why is everybody wearing a Rockets t-shirt? Oh, they're with the Rockets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, what? Wait, it was red and white, right? But no, not right now. There's a little red and a little white in there, but they got the rainbow going on.
And we have hope for the Rockets' new season after the draft picks they made the other night with their third-round overall pick. Keep hopes high for the Rockets. We need all our franchises to do well in this city.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say the Astros won today. They beat the Yankees.
Yes, they did.
They spanked those Yankees, I'm happy to say. If you're a Yankees fan, I'm sorry.
You're right.
It's just
no, you're not. Not really.
It's sports talk, okay?
Yeah. All right, Chase Bank.
As we said, a lot of businesses out here. And why I see this as being important is what companies are doing for their employees that are LGBTQ+.
Well, you see it across the board when you head into businesses, a lot of them here in Houston, where you see the representation of the city there, right? And so it's that we keep using that word inclusive. That's what it is. You see everybody in those businesses, and that's why they're coming out here today, just to say that we welcome everyone.
And you have to love a company that's inclusive that way. And this company it's a safe area for you.
Yeah.
You know?
And with LGBTQ+, it's not exclusive to a certain race or a certain sex or a certain gender, right? It's across the board. It's human.
Yeah.
All right. Planned Parenthood Gulf Coast, as we know, a number of issues they're dealing with right now with the Supreme Court decisions. Again, that will go back to the people, and the decision is basically each state will make up their mind what to do. So the power of the vote is probably more important today than ever before in recent times. All right, NRG, you know they're humming right now because those air conditioners are at full throttle with the heat that we've been having recently.
Yeah. Keep the lights on, baby. Keep the AC cranking. We need it especially tonight. NRG for you.
We needed them about 20 minutes ago.
A happy crowd there.
Oh, this is, yes. I know this place, Ron.
You do?
I do know them.
Nordstrom?
It's called Nordstrom. I know this place, yes.
I'm more of a Nordstrom Rack person myself. It's cheaper, right? It's cheaper, right?
Nordstrom Rack's got some great stuff, too, and you're right. Oh, my, look at that dog. Look at that dog.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, the rainbow dog.
That dog is my spirit animal tonight.
Yeah, look at that. But, in case you're wondering, we have had these dogs on the show before, and the people who do this type of grooming say it does no harm to the dog. They use dyes and things that do not hurt the animals at all. So there you go. Let's have Kimberly interview the dog.
Okay.
We're with Fresh. It's a grooming salon.
Okay, talk to me about, first of all, who is this?
This is Trigger. She is my standard poodle. And our grooming salon is in East Downtown on Leland Street across from the graffiti park.
Okay, and tell me why you're participating in the Pride Parade.
Well, because my fiance and I are actually getting married in October, and that's super important to us. I grew up in a time, like early in my years, where we got bullied all the time, and so it's important.
Well, I appreciate you speaking with us and sharing your story, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right. First of all, that is not a standard poodle. Now, it may be a standard poodle by breed, but that's nothing standard about that poodle. That was pretty cool.
The poodle tattoos, too.
Yeah, she's serious about her poodle.
Give her props on that, too.
All right. Rice University, as I refer to as the, I was actually talking to friends from Harvard the other day. I go, oh, Harvard, the Rice University of the North. They didn't like that, but anyway.
Because they call Rice the Harvard of the South.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Great campus.
Goes both ways. Yes, it is.
Producing so much talent worldwide. People come here just to go to Rice University.
And Rice University was a big part of the Ion Center, which is now here in town. And so that big think tank, if you will. But yeah, Rice University underwrote that, and it's an amazing thing. We're now known as a place of ingenuity as well. We always have been. Now it's all in one place. All right, this is the Gensler float.
I need one of those rainbow umbrellas.
Yeah,
those
that's
are
pretty
cute.
cool.
Those are the parasols, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Well, you could call it
umbrellas
a parasol umbrella. Parasol umbrella. I think it's you say tomato, I say tomato.
Tomato.
I think it's about the same thing.
I don't know.
And what you're seeing here with all these organizations is that a lot of these folks are their employees, right? So some of them part of the LGBTQ plus community, others just there to show their support of one another, just as they would in the workplace.
Oh, so they're an architectural design firm, Gensler. What a victorious night for Houston, huh? I mean, to see the city come together like this.
Yeah, and they actually, Gensler is actually the architect company that designed our building that we go to work to every day.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have a cool office.
On
we have a
Westheimer.
really cool office. Yeah.
Gensler.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Look, that's what I've been told, Ron, and I can't. Don't hold me to it.
Gensler.
But that's what I've been told.
Gensler.
Yes. Because we really do have a cool, fun building.
Send me some T-shirts.
All right,
Gensler.
Phillips 66. This company has been an integral part of Houston, of course, because we are the energy capital of the world. Oil and gas is what basically put our whole area on the map. I remember when I was a kid, so many things are made out of oil or petroleum. I had a dress, and it was made out of 100% polyester, and it had a Phillips 66 tag on it and said "Good things for good people," I think, or something like that.
God.
And I was like, "Why?"
The old commercial.
Why does my dress have a Phillips 66 tag on it? Well, polyester is part of the petroleum industry.
Way to go, Phillips!
Way
to go, Phillips, for showing up here at the parade tonight. Look at all the beads that guy's got in his hand. Oh my gosh! Yeah, we got to leave with some beats tonight, Deb.
Yeah. If anything, to mark the moment, right? All right. The energy in this crowd is incredible, especially when you consider most of these people have been out here all day.
Yeah,
and this is what they've been waiting
and
for.
I don't think it's dying down because of temperatures. And those people are from Kohl's.
Yep.
I
Great place to do some shopping. Yeah,
I shop there often.
Look, I have a pair of boots I bought there like 15 years ago, and they're still kicking.
There you go. That's an
Yes.
endorsement.
Yeah, well, it's the truth. It just is the truth. They were super cool. They're J-Lo boots, too.
They're J-Lo boots?
Yes, J-Lo. But again, where do you see people who are part of the community? You might not know it. You see them everywhere. They're the salespeople you have. They're in your post office, your police department, everywhere, because they are part of the community.
I think about some Jordache jeans there.
Jordache jeans.
Or Gerbeau. I don't know.
I think it's time for us to go to Kim again.
Yeah.
Kim, take us away, please.
Save us, Kim.
All right, we'll see. You want to talk to us real fast? Oh, my goodness. Pride, nobody wants to talk to us, so we'll find somebody else. Okay, hula hoop. Talk to me, hula hoop. What's your name?
Elise.
Elise, what you doing out here?
I'm out here with Friends for Life No Kill Animal Shelter.
Okay, talk to me about why it was important for you to be here.
First, No Kill Animal Shelter, we don't discriminate against animals. We don't discriminate against people. Everyone's included.
Okay, I hear that. Let me see a little something with the hula hoop. Let's go. Let's go. No, you're not. You got it. Let's go, girl. Okay, hula hoop. Okay. Thank you so much for speaking with us. All right, the beat goes on. The party's going on. The Empty Shelter Project. That's what's going on right now. And we will send it back to you, Ron and Deb.
All right. Thank you so much, Kimberly Davis. Normally on the morning news.
Yeah, again, a big part of our nonprofit community out here. You saw the spay and neuter program that was just passing by. Who do we have here?
Oh, a Latina Trans in Texas group here.
There have been some amazing shows that I've been to. Tommy Ross was one of our Grand Marshals. May have gone through the parade a little bit earlier, but Tommy Ross has done the most incredible shows, the drag shows, and is a great entertainer. This is a whole nother form of entertainment on the drag part, but on the trans part, we've had several people on the show, and they're like, this is who I am. Right, this is how I feel from the inside, and they want the freedom to be able to look that part from the outside as well. So basically, the completion, right?
And that was started on the East End. They view drag as theater,
right? As theater. So,
yes.
but a difference between drag and trans, So making that distinction there.
Well, you can read that. No deportations, trans liberation. All sorts of issues being brought out at this parade.
Yeah, it really stands for a lot more, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, people were talking about guns earlier, and then you have politicians out here making their stand about various issues that have been in the news the past couple of weeks.
I think that's what really kind of the Pride movement has basically stood for, basic human rights. And so that crosses the board in so many areas, as I mentioned earlier, because you have various races, genders, everything within the LGBTQ plus community. A lot of issues come up that are very important to them.
All right. BP, Pride BP, big company in Houston, employing a lot of people.
As we say, energy capital of the world, and that's just a big part of it right there.
A building there in the energy corridor of West Houston. No, but I mean, a lot of people are bringing up political issues, but in America today, you got to admit, politics that's everything. And a lot of things that we're dealing with in America right now, politics are paramount.
But it also, as you mentioned earlier too, it when it means enough to you, then you go out and vote. And I don't care what side of an issue you're on, just make your voice heard. That's what makes change. And the problem is, as human beings, things change, right? And so things are always in flux, and the things that are important to you are always going to be challenged. You always got to protect them.
U of H Clear Lake Pride. My niece went to U of H Clear Lake.
And that's a great thing about U of H. It's not just that central campus, right?
And I think the downtown campus is being represented here tonight, too.
Yeah. But it just makes it accessible to more people because there's such a spread out area. Was it Harris County, like 10,000 square miles, something crazy like that?
Oh, Bayou City Pups, I believe, is what the float says. I think they like dogs.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the canines out of their confines?
Yeah. That's the fancy way of saying it. There's a big story that goes along with that, folks. That goes back to our days of anchoring morning news.
On the morning show during our commercial
Who let
breaks.
the canines out of their confines? But again, that's a great thing that a parade does, is that it puts you in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. And if you have a cause that's meaningful to you, this is just another way of making people sure that you're aware of what you do and how they can possibly join you in that effort at some point.
A lot of signs use the word protect. Protect the community.
Again, ever vigilant. All right, another Houston company, Halliburton, that employs thousands of people
Worldwide.
Yeah, it's worldwide, but
worldwide.
we've got that location right here in town.
An indelible mark in this city for sure. For many years.
Yeah.
Keller Williams has a float coming up here pretty soon. The Realtors.
They've been busy the last couple of years. Ever since COVID happened, that was an unexpected thing where people were like buying homes like crazy. Of course, that was because the interest rate had gone down. But now part of their effort is the rental market as well, because so many people are doing that instead of buying. All right, Kim, what you doing down there?
All right, I'm going to come over here. The energy is a little low from this side. Are we at Pride or not? Yeah! All right, where's the energy? Let's go. Okay, you're loud. Talk to me.
Pride 2022!
Why are you out here today?
We're having fun. I'm out here with my job. I'm out here with Walgreens. I'm getting paid to be gay, so woo! So I'm out here having fun with my best friend. Come on, get upstairs.
Come on, heels. You put the heels on. Come on. You got to power through. What's your name?
Jackie.
Jay or Jade?
Jackie.
Okay, Jackie, tell me why you're out here
What's the
today.
shirt say? Bust off. Happy Pride. You put me all on the spot like that.
Talk to me about why you're out here today and why it's important.
For equality. Everybody get together as a family.
Okay. We hear that. Good luck in the heels, Jackie. Water? Okay, we're going to send it back to you guys.
They want water out there? And Kim likes to look at people's heels. Apparently.
Yeah. Well, I do too.
Kim's
It's just
into
a thing.
shoes.
It's a thing that we have. I'm just looking at the miracle that they are walking around this parade, because wherever you parked, it is not close to this parade. You are walking all over the place.
How about some Jenny's ice cream? I could use some. Can they throw us some, please?
I think a lot of Jenny's ice cream could have been sold out here today. I'm sure they were out here somewhere.
They need one of those cannon things, where they throw them in with the
Shoot us a
T-shirts.
scoop. Hey, shoot a
those things?
scoop.
Yeah.
Can you shoot us a scoop there?
I'm right here.
Someone was talking about earlier about the different grand marshals. They had several grand marshals this parade. They usually do every year, but they had different categories: male identifying, female identifying, non-binary. So they wanted to represent each part of the LGBTQ plus community. Another company worldwide, but we have great presence here in Houston.
Way to go to show up, Chevron. And also they were honoring grand marshals from the past 2 years because we didn't have the
canceled.
parades.
Yeah,
we didn't have the parades.
So lots of grand marshals this year.
People are anxious to have a parade.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They're
Well, anxious
to
for
do
something positive. We've had so much craziness going on. They were anxious for something positive, and that's what we're seeing right here.
Respect, celebration, hashtag face pride. I'm really impressed with the creativity of some of these outfits.
Yeah. I'm impressed with the people who fully committed with the dyed rainbow hair. Like, are they going to show up on Monday morning at work with it? Yeah, may as well keep it.
Maybe I'll do that next year.
I think you should do it on Monday, Ron.
Maybe
as
just
a memento.
Maybe just the eyebrows. I don't know.
As a memento to the occasion.
Make it an accent thing, not the whole motif.
Just slowly grow over the years.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of agencies out here patrolling. You can see the bicycle cops there. We've also, they're out of uniform as well, keeping security. And there are some looking from above, too, in towers. Security is a high priority this year, and the presence is felt.
And in present days, it just has to be for every big event, right? but especially events where people may have an ulterior motive. But it's been great out here.
And the officers look like they're having fun when they're not addressing somebody who's having a health issue.
Well, and let me point out, I interviewed a couple officers the other day. They are actually at HPD, and there's a large group of LGBTQ plus members of the police department as well.
There are family members, there are neighbors, there are bosses, there are employees. They're Houston.
My son asked me one day, he goes, "What are you doing, Mom?" I said, "I'm going to MC an event for the Montrose Center." And he goes, "Oh, what's that?" I said, "Well, they do a lot of things in the LGBTQ plus community." He said, "LGBT, because you mean human?" Yeah, that too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
yes.
an easier way of saying it.
Right
that
answer.
Too. Yeah.
Right answer.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's he actually came with me and he spoke to them that night. And what he said to the crowd was, "I've spoken to a number of older gentlemen here tonight, and it's sad to me that at my age you could not have come out to your family or your friends." And he explained to them that one of his friends had come out and said he was pan. He goes, "What's that?" It's a fancy word for bi. He goes, "Okay." And then my son goes, "Do you find any of us attractive?" And his friend Tom says, "I find all of you aggressively too masculine." No. Right? So, but they just, my son just said nothing changed about Tom.
Oh.
He is still the same guy that they loved and respected. Nothing changed about him.
And your son should be commended for that attitude. Baker Ripley do so much work for the community.
Oh gosh,
They've
they're
been
a lifeline for the community.
They've been around for decades doing great work for so many people in need, at risk in the Houston area.
Yeah. When it comes to housing, all types of things, connecting with food, but a lot of people just trying to find food, right?
Oh, what did the pandemic do to everybody?
Yeah.
Losing jobs, being hungry.
Yeah, and a place to stay. As we know, a lot of people lost jobs and were facing eviction, and so...
Well, let's hope we're all on the way to recovery.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long 2 years.
And that's another thing that's great about parades like this is that when things may be going upside down in your life, when you see this kind of unity, you know that the community has your back in some way. There's some organization here that can help get you through. And so when you have that kind of cohesive community, it just makes even the tougher times a little easier.
RPM United Pride. You be you.
Because there's too much work trying to be somebody else.
Well, I mean, everybody says that now. You do you, and especially right now during Pride Month and this Pride Parade.
To not have to hide. Several of the
be you.
Several of the Grand Marshals that we interviewed over the last few weeks on Great Day Houston just said it was just so horrible having to hide for so many years, and then to be able to finally come out and say this is who I am to friends and family. But now in an atmosphere like this, it's like this just is who I am. And so we celebrate that today, hoping that it's just no big deal tomorrow.
Oh, I think my shipment's coming in. There's the Amazon truck there.
You got a delivery?
Yes. I ran out of soap, I think.
All right. Their pride group is called Glamazon.
Glamazon.
Amazon, it's Glamazon.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, I love it. This truck made a lot of people happy during the pandemic because we weren't shopping as much in the stores. They had stuff delivered. It was like, please get my stuff here.
Unitarian Universalist Voice for Justice. The latest entry there.
And long purple hair.
We got like, 160 entries?
About 100? Yeah, about 160.
They're a little out of order now. I can't keep up with them.
We're just watching the screen along with everybody else at home.
Hey, they're supposed to be on page 42.
I think
they're on the wrong page.
If you were looking for a colorful wig tomorrow, there's probably not one to be found anywhere in town because the wigs are gone, the tutus are gone. This is Lyondell Bissell.
Also a big part of the community along the ship channel.
Which we have the busiest port in the country by tonnage.
I mean, Houston, we have everything. We got the Texas Medical Center.
We saw NASA a little bit earlier.
We got NASA, and this the third largest Pride Parade in America, the biggest one in Texas. People flying in here from all over the place just to be at our Pride Parade.
And I think the biggest night parade, because obviously our temperatures, but it has cooled off quite a bit since just a few hours ago when we first got out here. But yeah, so many things. For example, NASA, we said failure is not an option. One thing that's not an option in terms of failure for our Harris Public Libraries is they want to improve the literacy rate in this city. They do so many things in terms of taking reading to children. And then, of course, the libraries today are not like when we grew up, Ron. They have so many amazing things there for people to enjoy. There was even a recording studio that Ice-T came to visit some kids because what is doing rap songs? You got to write, You got lyrics.
Absolutely.
That's
you
all
got
part
to
of reading.
almost be like a poet. But
Yep.
yeah, I cannot get behind anything more than literacy. I mean, that is like number one in my book.
As Dan Rather said, he went to the Heights Library as a kid. He said that's what set him free in terms of he could travel the world. Little did he know he'd grow up one day traveling the world for real.
That's my library, the Heights Library.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about Dan Rather.
Yep.
He never told me that.
He told me that.
Oh, okay.
Because we're like this. We're tight.
Okay.
Yeah, Dan and Deb. Dan and Deb's going to be a new podcast.
All right. There's the Dick Law Firm. See a lot of his billboards out. Has run for office before.
I don't know exactly what that is, but it looks. I would pay attention to it if I saw it in my rearview mirror.
Yes.
Oh, that's still part of Dick Law Firm there. Okay.
That's his library.
Oh, that's his library.
I think that's his,
the law library.
Yeah, the law library. Chrome Rehab. I guess you see them if you've injured your, your running legs.
Well, when I'm, running marathons and things like that.
Super athlete that you are. Injury
the Iron
is
Woman,
a high.
not Iron Man, but Iron Woman.
Yes,
when I'm doing that. Yeah.
Injury is always a risk when you're a super athlete.
Here we go, right there. You see that right there? For a while there, that was. Yeah, that was kind of. I'm sorry. Did you want a little tricep there? There we go.
Let me record.
Let me see. Oh, pretty balloons there.
I mean, the colorful evening just continues with so much. It's a fiesta for the eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
And if you were having a party this weekend, you want balloons for your birthday. Sorry, probably fresh out because all the balloons in the world are down here right now.
God, it's nice to do a parade with you, Deb. We were supposed to do the Thanksgiving Day parade, but the weather canceled that at the last second.
Lightning strikes, yeah.
At the
And
last second.
we almost got canceled here too with that power outage, but the beat goes on.
The beat goes on. Okay.
You've ridden a parade before, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that.
Have you walked in a parade before?
Yeah, because I was in high school band.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
I played the French horn.
Well, back then I was in high school band too. Played the flute and piccolo. But back then I could walk the parade no problem. But in later years, actually walked this parade. You get a exercise in for sure. All right, let's go to Kimberly and see what she's got going on. Hi, Kim.
All right, we got some dancers. All right, pink shorts, come over. I see you with the moves.
Oh, hey.
Who are you with? Hey.
I'm with KHOU Rehabilitation. It's my brother's clinic. They specialize in LGBTQ medicine.
Okay.
Physical therapy.
Okay, so you got some moves. I saw you over there dancing.
I mean, do you got moves?
I got a little something. All right, you gonna get me fired, boo. Thank you for talking with us. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Kim, I didn't know you could do that. I'm very impressed.
We had that 5-second delay in case anything went any further, but there we go.
We could try that, Deb.
She's just getting to work out it. She's getting to work out it. Yeah, we tried it. We hurt something and need chrome therapy.
That's true.
Rehab, yeah, right?
That's true. Honesty, willingness.
Those are good words that support the LGBTQ plus community and that whole movement of being able to have that right to be honest. People to have willingness and awareness, right? Well, the dancers are out now. Twirl, twirl.
Love those sneakers.
Awareness, hope, yeah, humility. All those words that we should live by every day. Faith and courage.
You know, there seems to be like such a good, you can sense like the spirit of goodwill here tonight, the open-heartedness of the whole thing.
The whole thing is
process.
just let me be human. I'm not bothering you. Just let me be human and be who I am.
And you can do that in this city.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say.
Yeah. You say, why do you move to Houston? There are people who go, we love the food, but at the end of the day, it's we love the people.
Oh, absolutely. Right? I love this city from the moment I moved here. which was 100 years ago. Let's not get into that.
Well, I was like 95 years ago if you were 100, right? But
it actually wasn't a city back then. It
Houston
was just a
Area
pasture.
Women's Center is coming up here. They do such great work in our community as well. They, of course, work with women and children who are dealing with situations of domestic violence. We see it in all communities, including the LGBTQ plus community. And so they offer their help in giving people a safe place to go, going through the legal process, and just counseling in terms of what got you into this and what can keep you out, and learning to value yourself and that you don't deserve to be treated that way.
An invaluable organization in this city. It's helped so many people through the years.
In fact, hello to KHOU Wynn, as we know. She is there, and she used to be one of our news anchors at
Absolutely.
KHOU.
Hi,
Left
KHOU.
to be a psychologist.
If you're watching, KHOU, we say hi.
All right,
Well.
Absolute Vodka. Yeah, I absolutely might be getting up close and personal with this after we're done working. Ron, you're free to join me.
Well, you know.
That's my bottle right there, by the way, Texas size.
The Texas size one. Absolute Vodka, absolutely killing it here with that. That's an awesome float.
It's a
You
really
got to
cool
admit.
float. They got to bring that back during Thanksgiving. You don't have to do a new one. Just throw that in during Thanksgiving.
You think the bottles are empty though? What's going on?
Well, see,
I
this
might
is,
need to
this
investigate.
is close to the beginning of the parade route, so maybe they're not empty yet, but by the end of the parade route, they might be. We got a little royal court there.
Mixing proudly, out and open.
Yeah, they're Beyonce's new song. Beyonce, of course, we know here in Houston.
It's called Break My Soul, which a woman can do to a man. She
Especially
can
one
break
that
his
looks like
soul.
her.
I
She just
speak
dropped
from-
that a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, this past week.
I've been calling her, and she's probably been busy.
Yeah.
I'm like, B, it's Deb. Remember I had you on the show years ago?
I think she ghosted me. She's not responding.
She ghosted you.
She ghosted me. It happens. Price Waterhouse Coopers.
Okay, I'm going back to Beyonce. When she was on the show years ago, I told us, don't act like you don't know me, Beyonce, when you get all big and famous, all big and extra famous. Don't act like you don't know me. So she's been pretty good so far, but, you know.
All right. Message is going out to Queen Bee.
Just letting you know.
She's watching. She's
Double
watching.
D is talking to Queen Bee.
She's always watching us, Deb. You know how she is.
Yeah.
Can't blame
Yeah,
her.
Speaking of Queen Bee, my name in Hebrew means bumblebee. Just thought y'all wanted to know that. Just thought that just extra information to share with you all.
Which is a powerful creature that makes honey, right?
Float like a butterfly,
Or,
sting like a bee, Ron.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what we're going on that. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
As you know, the LGBTQ community is like such an integral part of our community, right? And so it's actually has, as its own entity, has an organization in our community that basically deals with resources, especially for people who are new to the city. And so Brandy Smith, one of our reporters, did a story on that particular organization.
Founded in 1848, St. Peter's is the third oldest church in Houston. This historic chapel, built just a few years later, is a monument to its history, but its legacy.
The last thing people need on a Sunday is to go somewhere and feel condemned.
Senior Pastor Leslie Jackson says his congregation is open for people of all sexualities and gender identities.
I do believe if you are looking for a church home, you can find an inclusive and welcoming and affirming church here in Houston.
You can find inclusive, welcoming, and affirming just about anything thanks to the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce.
We know that Houston is an inclusive, supportive city. We're not always seen that way.
President and CEO Tammy Wallace says the Chamber's directory boasts more than 230 members, all LGBTQ+ owned or ally-owned businesses.
We've grown literally every year since we started in 2016, and I would say even during the pandemic.
That's when Dr. Dell Ingram and her wife opened Iridium Pharmacy.
It's actually been great. It's been a great move, so I don't regret it at all.
She also doesn't regret joining the Chamber, where the directory includes everything from food and beverage to construction to healthcare, where you'll find Legacy Community Health.
It started off as the Montrose Clinic, as a response to the HIV crisis in the 80s and 90s, and then it turned into Legacy Community Health.
In 2020, it opened the Wellness Bar for, wellness, STI care, and HIV treatment and prevention.
We wanted it to be like an easy, kind of laid back, less clinical feeling environment for people to come in.
In other words, welcoming. just like all the Chamber's members are.
We want to spend our dollars where we know that these companies value us, appreciate us, and support us.
Reporting in Houston, Brandy Smith, KHOU 11 News.
Now we know why people are not running out of energy. There's a Starbucks float right there.
Where's my Frappuccino?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay, so a little bit earlier we were talking about like, oh, my name means, and that's when our lane producer Kristen goes, okay, it's time. It's time for us to get to something meaningful.
Wrap
so
them up. They're talking about their names.
Yeah. Let's thank Brandy Smith.
Showing pictures from my last vacation.
Yeah.
How about that? Covestro. Great to see so many companies out here. Great show of support.
I mean, a lot of entries. And there's Baker Hughes.
Baker Hughes, talk about a huge company.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Major employer.
And let me just point out that, we have so many so many parades that we have that are sponsored by the city, our events department. This particular one, it was really a group of volunteers that really made it happen. And it was just a lot of work, obviously. The presidents of Pride Houston, Kendra Walker and Thasia Madison, they have day jobs. Both of them, they have like their own IT companies and things. So they have a lot of other stuff going on. But
and it's great that KHOU 11 partner this year.
Yep.
It's the first time we've hosted this, Deborah. Walgreens, how you doing? How you doing, Walgreens?
That's one of those places you walk in there to get one thing, just one thing, and all of a sudden you walk out with 20. I get stuck in the makeup department trying every new thing.
Sometimes you can get that CVS kind of receipt at Walgreens, too.
Oh, there you go.
Proud to serve all communities.
I walk out with my medication, some makeup, and Sour Patch Kids. That's my thing.
Oh, Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
I love them. A guilty pleasure. Well, I have a few, but let's stick to that. Let's just stick to that.
Right. Sour Patch Kids is it. Oh.
Starburst, too, the other one. Starburst and Sour Patch Kids. Okay,
I think we're about to go to another story in a minute. We keep talking about the candy aisle. But again, go back to what we said earlier. You have members of the LGBTQ plus community in every part of the community. You interface with these folks every day. And so I have friends who say, we're nothing strange or weird. We're part of your community. You see us every day. We're not some separated group. We are infused in the community because we're people, your neighbors, friends, family members, like you said earlier, and they take offense to when people act like it's just such an odd, different thing. It always has been here, and they're just coming to light.
They're human beings.
Yeah.
All these T-shirts, everyone has a mantra, right? That one's "Be You."
Mm-hmm.
All the T-shirts out here, they're just all great. I want to buy like a whole bunch of them.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, we had the phrase "Do you," and now it's "Be you," which is even more direct. Just be who you are freely without fearing that somebody is going to judge you. And we've come a long way, but as we know, there is a ways to go.
Look at that truck. I want that truck.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Hey, listen, we're streaming this, so people are watching from all over the world. I hope.
Which is the great thing about that. People can watch from all over the world. As we mentioned, people have come here from all over the world, so no doubt others have chosen to watch it instead. That's cool. Sometimes there's a paint job on these things, but other times it's wrapped. Have you seen the amazing wraps they can do?
Yes, absolutely. They did a good job on that one. Love the balloons, too. So, obviously people are streaming on our digital platforms, but we got this new thing called KHOU 11 Plus. So you get a Roku or a Fire TV, and it's a free app. And you can just see all sorts of KHOU material on that in addition to this live streaming right now.
I was mentioning earlier how you probably can't find a balloon. You probably can't find there seems like there's much more items to buy related to Pride this year than ever before, which you got to know goes straight into our economy. You got 800,000 plus folks down here today, and so all of them made a point of coming out here and representing. Those dollars are spent, and we see an economic boost in our city.
Absolutely, and just the boost on a daily basis from this community in the Houston economy. Oh, we need some of those glow lights.
Oh, yeah, those are cool. Yeah, as the sun sets, absolutely.
Yeah.
AIG used to be our neighbors. We were located there on Allen Parkway, but Harvey took us under. So we moved, but we would go there to their snack bar every day to eat.
Yeah, I remember the Allen Parkway days.
All right, let's go to Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Deb. The good news is the sun is going down. We are finally getting some relief from this heat. And we'll see if we can grab some folks who are walking in the parade right now.
Okay, cornrows, dragging a wagon. What is your name?
It's Justin.
Justin, who are you with?
I'm with AIG.
Okay, tell me about AIG.
AIG, this is our Out and Allied Network, our employee resource group. We're out here celebrating Pride.
We outside.
We outside. We letting the people know that it's Pride Month, and that we out and we proud.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, we got LGBTQ plus Pride. What about your organization?
Bank of America.
We got Bank of America out here for Pride, Houston Pride. Again, you know, we didn't have a parade last year, so we are seeing a ton of people right now. And when the sun goes down, the lights are coming out. And we are seeing some pretty amazing floats, some amazing dance moves, in my opinion. Serge, let's show them this float over here. It's a whole party. Okay, who are you with?
St. Hope Foundation.
St. Hope Foundation. Oh, okay, let's go. Get it. Yes. What's your name?
Manuel Vasquez.
Okay, Manny Vasquez, who are you with?
With St. Hope Foundation, when you're not just a number.
Okay, you're not just a number. Go ahead and get it. Do your thing. We ain't mad at you. Yes, Mr. Vasquez. Get it. Get your hop on. We're here for it. Yes. Good knees, okay? We'll send it back to you, Ron and Deb.
All right. Thank you very much, Kim. Yes, St. Hope Foundation has been fantastic with our immigrant community and people, our indigent community, so they can still access health care. All right, Houston Community College.
Oh, what an impact they have on a daily basis here in Houston. So many people go to school there to further their careers.
And a lot
become
more looking at
future
community
leaders.
colleges as
Yeah.
well, because it can be more cost effective.
Oh, it's a great way to do your higher education route.
Yeah.
For sure.
Known for a number of things, their fashion industry or the fashion classes. We know that a lot of great designers have come out of HCC in that program there. All right, people, pride, and power. Phillips, another representation of our energy sector here in Houston. As we know, we're the energy capital of the world, among other things.
Nice Mustang convertible there. Mix 96.5. Do you like the Mix 96.5?
I like the Mix
They have some
96.5
good-
because they
got
mix
some
it
good
up.
jams. They
That's
got some
right.
good jams.
You mix it up.
I listen to jams.
I like all of our stations. Sometimes you're in a country mood, sometimes a pop mood, sometimes an urban mood.
Yeah, sometimes you're a little bit country, and sometimes I'm a little bit rock. I'm a little bit rock and roll. Yes.
All right. Speaking of country, there's the bull
There's the
right
bull.
there. You know, I love Kimberly when she's like, she doesn't know any of these people's names, right? Because they're all just folks that she's just meeting at that moment. But she's like, hey, cornrows. Hey, hula hoop. Hey, pink shorts. Hey, dragon wagon.
I know. Well, I wonder what nickname she's got for me.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey,
Bienvenidos.
the Consul General of Houston, the Consulate of Mexico.
Which we've done a couple of events with them and things with them.
Yeah, so many people rely on them for their family back home or international travel. They also try to shepherd their citizens through our city. And the Mexican influence in Houston is immeasurable.
Well, as we know, yeah, you know, sometimes people say I didn't cross the border crossed me, because Texas was Mexico
part
at one
of
time.
Mexico. Yes,
in fact,
it
you're
was.
what, 5th generation, you said, Texan?
That's what my parents told me.
All
Yes. All right, with deep roots in Texas and Mexico here for my family. Los Treviños.
Los Treviños. I'm Deborita Loca.
Yes, muy loca.
Whenever I go south of the border, that's my name.
A lot of shirtless people, Deb. Should I have done that?
Because it's hot, Ron.
I
no,
thought about it,
no,
but
you have
I
some
don't
air
know.
up here because it's
I didn't want to scare the kids.
It wasn't necessarily a fashion choice as much as it was out of necessity, by any means
It's,
necessary here.
yeah, to protect the public.
Yes, yes.
Because you
All
can't
right.
unsee that.
We have some royalty here. Miss. We're trying to read that
Let
there.
me put my glasses on here. Miss Floss? It's Floss. Floss. That's the float. And the royalty of that float. The Houston Intersex Society. Now, people watching, this might be the first time they've even heard of these organizations.
Yeah.
And these organizations that serve their community.
Yeah, Legacy Community Health is such a great organization. They too do so many services for the LGBTQ plus community for quite some time now, and help people deal with some specific issues that might be among the folks in the community, but help them access health care.
They're jamming.
They are jamming.
I think I actually know this song.
It's your go-to at karaoke.
Yes, exactly. That and the Sinatra. So many colors, so many, I don't know, so much face paint.
There's so much face paint. No, I just love
so much
seeing
face paint.
that there are people who are directly a part of the community, and so many people out there who are just showing their support, or as we mentioned, co-workers, family members. All right, the Texas
Rainbow Jeepers. They're a
Jeepers
Jeep
Creepers.
organization.
All right.
Yeah, not Jeepers Creepers,
but
Jeepers. The
Jeepers.
Jeepers. Yes. Beautiful flags. Beautiful Jeeps.
Yeah, the Jeeps are amazing. They actually keep their value. It's crazy. You look at a Jeep, it's got a kabillion miles on it, and it's still going to cost you some money.
They've got a convoy here.
And all the fun colors.
Oh, look at that outfit. What is that?
Look at those glasses on one.
A lot of face paint.
Yeah, and as the sun goes down, we're starting to see more and more entries with lights on them.
Yeah, we need those glow sticks.
Bubbles? We got bubbles.
Well, if you had any question about how well lit this was going to be at night, it's pretty well lit. There's not going to be any problem seeing these entries here tonight.
Yeah, it's actually brighter on the screen than it is in real life when we look behind us.
Gosh, I don't even know that we're even halfway through. Yeah.
160 something entries.
You think we'll be here?
And I think that's when they stop. That's when they stop counting. Right? It was like 100. Well, if it's any good party, it's
Are we
going to
be here till
midnight.
2 o'clock in the morning? What's going on?
We need some food deliveries. Or get that vodka truck back over there.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. I'm drinking water for the record, okay?
Yeah, right.
It's water. For now. God, more Jeeps.
Yeah, and a lot of them. We got all the rainbow colors of the Jeeps themselves.
South Coast Jeeps. Oh, they're having so much fun.
All right, so across the country, as you know, for many years, people did not have places to go where they felt accepted.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, yeah.
And you've heard of, there are several gay bars out there, but in terms of bars for lesbians, not very many in the country. In fact, one of the very few left here is the Pearl Bar.
Right there on Washington.
Yeah, right there in Washington. And Xavier Walton, KHOU 11 news anchor reporter Xavier Walton, has this story on the Pearl Bar.
This street, Washington Avenue, is known for its art and its nightlife, but there is one bar in particular that takes pride in what they represent.
Real pearls are extremely valuable, and same could be said for Pearl Bar.
This song is called Beautiful.
As the music fades, we sat down with owner Julie Mabry.
Genuinely providing a safe space for my community.
She's living out her teenage dream.
I just became obsessed with the idea of having a lesbian bar just for a safe space.
What is Pearl?
It's a women-forward, strong, all-inclusive, LGBTQ, queer, safe space, but / a house party.
In 1980, there were 200 lesbian bars like Pearl. In 2022, according to the Lesbian Bar Project, There are less than 25. Texas has 2. Pearl Bar Houston is 1.
When you walk in here and you see these pictures, for me, if it's someone who's not in our community and they look at that, it maybe just opens their eyes a little bit.
Love the place.
This is who Julie was just talking about.
They see me there every Tuesday through Sundays. Not on Mondays because they're closed.
Leo Rodriguez and his wife have been Pearl regulars since 2016.
It's a centerpiece for sure. You know, especially for the community, people like me that, you know, we call it home.
A home serving as a safe space.
This was my dream since I was 16.
A dream becoming a reality by way of Pearl.
And for the rest of Pride Month, that safe space over there, it is expanding because Julie says she's going to rent the space next door. In Houston, Xavier Walton, KHOU 11 News.
All right, so some pearls of wisdom there. As she said, offering us a safe space, right? I bet it's going to be busy tonight.
Yeah, and while we were watching that, you missed the Bud truck.
Bud Light truck, yeah, they're probably heading
truck.
straight to some places. This is the end of the parade here, but certainly not the end of the celebration. People will be having fun throughout the weekend, and congratulations to the folks who put this parade on. As I mentioned earlier, they are, they're not professionals at this. They have day jobs, and they were committed to,
But a great effort.
Committed to pulling off a great parade, and you know what? You did.
Everybody behaved, I mean, we had some issues with heat for the festival.
Yeah. As expected.
As expected, but just the whole feeling of goodwill here tonight, being an inclusive city, and, take something from this parade. Maybe you don't know enough about the community and the issues that they face, but learn about the community.
Because what you saw here today was not just the gay community. You saw the community at large wrap their arms around them and say, look, we're all in this together, and we're no good without each other.
That's what makes this city so beautiful. I mean, we're Houstonians. We have each other's back.
Yeah. And we've seen that happen over and over again, whether it's after a storm or during Thanksgiving. And I think the same thing can be said here, as people usually say at Thanksgiving. They say at this time, when we see this and all these people come together, we know that whatever we're going through, our personal storms, it's going to be okay. Because as you said, we're a community, and the community has our back. The most diverse community in the country, and that includes our LGBTQ community as well. So I thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope that what you got out of this is just the message that we talked about.
Absolutely. You know where to watch us during the week, right?
Yeah, well, Great Day Houston, 9 to 10, weekdays, Monday
I'm
through
on
Friday.
KHOU 11 News at 4. Usually it's called the 411. Listen, y'all be safe tonight. Good night, friends.